Hi, in this video, I'm going to go over game 4 from Prep Test 22. All right, so exactly 6 of 7 jugglers. So we have 7 total, but we're choosing 6 out of the 7. And we're assigning them to one of 3 positions, front, middle, rear, on one of 2 teams, team 1 and team 2. Okay. So we have 2 teams, team 1 and team 2, and on each of those teams, there is a front, middle, and rear position. So I'm going to do just like a little chart sort of thing like this. You could change it up, like maybe you want to do like this, and this is front, middle, rear, or you want to do sort of like my chart, but front, middle, rear, like that. Yeah, there are multiple ways that you can do it. I'll just stick with this one for now. Okay, so, and then we're gonna have like one player that's left out. So I'm just gonna put a box for the player that's left out. Okay, for each team, exactly one juggler is assigned to each position. Okay, great. If either G or H or both are assigned to teams, they are assigned to front positions. Okay, so if G, then G is in the front, and I'm going to change the way that I write those and use lowercase letters so that I don't confuse them with the players. All right, okay, G is into the front, then G is going to be out, so that's the contrapositive. If H is in, then H is in a front position, and if H isn't in a front position, then H is out. And what this means, yeah, is if anybody besides these two is in a front position, like if one of the front positions is taken by someone that's not G or H, then either G or H is going to have to be out. So if they're both in, then the front positions are totally taken. And if one of the front positions is taken, then they can't both be in. One of them is going to have to be out, which means that everybody else would be in. So, like, for example, if I'm told that, like, maybe K can't be in a front position, but let's just say at this stage with this first rule, if K takes one of the front positions, the other front position is going to have to be G or H, and then one of either G or H is going to have to be out. And then the rest of the spots we know are filled with the rest of the players, L, N, P, and Q, and we just have to figure out where they go, right? So that's just a deduction that you can make from rule 1, potentially. Just if we're given that extra information. Right. So rule 2, if assigned to a team, so again, if it's in, then, okay, so K would have to be in a middle position. If K is not in the middle, so like if the middle spots are both taken, then K would have to be out. And also if K is out, then G and H both have to be in, and so they would take the front positions. So we can kind of see how these are gonna build on each other. If it's assigned to a team, so if L is in, then L is in team 1. If L isn't in team 1, then L is out, and then everybody else would have to be in, which would mean K takes one of the middle positions, G and H take the front positions, and everybody else takes the leftovers. Okay. Neither P nor K is on the same team as N. Okay, so P can't be with N, and K can't be with N. P is not on the same team as Q. So P and Q aren't on the same team. That's rule 5. Rule 6. If H is on team 2, then Q is assigned to the middle position on team 1. And if Q isn't assigned to the middle position on team 1, then H is not assigned to team 2. Would be contrapositive there. All right, let's get into the questions. Which one of the following is an acceptable list of assignments of jugglers to team 2? 1, 2. So, okay, so let's just go through the rules here. And I'm going to start with this one. If L is in, L has to be on team 1. So L can't be on team 2, so we can eliminate C. P and N can't be together, but I don't see them together here. If they were both missing, that would also be a problem because that would imply that they're together in the other team, but they're fine here. I do see P and Q together in D, so we can eliminate D. And K and N can't be together, so I can eliminate A. If H is on team 2, then Q should be on team 1, which, yeah, it looks like that's fine. So with these ones, I'm just gonna go ahead and test one of them out. So I'm gonna try B and see if I can create something that works here. So, oh, sorry, if K is in, it's supposed to be in the middle. So B breaks rule 2. Great, okay. So that leaves E. E is the only one we didn't eliminate there. So E is the correct answer. And I'm going to write it out so that we have an acceptable solution. So G, Q, N. Okay. So if K is in, K has to be in the middle. If L is in, it's on team 1. If H is in, it has to be in the front. Yeah, it looks like that would be fine. K and N aren't together. P would be out, so it's not with N or with Q, which works. We could have P jump at the front there. That would be fine. We could switch, like L could be in the front and P in the back. That would be okay. If L is in the front, though, H would have to be out. G, Q, N. So yeah, a couple acceptable solutions there. Okay. Question 21, if H is assigned to team 2, so that's going to trigger rule 6. If H is assigned to team 2, then Q has to be the middle on 1. So what's an acceptable assignment for team 1? So I'm looking at either D or E. The problem with D is that they have G in the rear position and it should be in the front position. So E would be allowed. So if we have H on team 2, it's going to be here. And that's going to trigger Q to be up there. And then, yeah, L could be on team 1. It would have to be, or else it's out. N just can't be with P. So no problem there. So yeah, E, totally acceptable. And we have a potential acceptable solution. If this is the case, then G would have to be out because the front positions are taken. So G would be out, and P and K would be left. K has to occupy a middle position, right? If K is in, it's in the middle, and P would take that last position there. So this is another acceptable solution. Question 22, which one of the following is an acceptable list of assignments of jugglers to team 1? Okay, so team 1, let's see if we can eliminate based on the rules again. So if we see G or H and it's not in a front position, then we have a problem, but I don't see anything that breaks rule 1. Rule 2, if K is in, it's in a middle position. Don't see anything that breaks that. If L is in, it's on team 1. Yeah, we can't see team 2 here, so that's fine. P and N can't be together. Don't see anything that breaks that rule. K and N can't be together. Don't see anything that breaks that rule. And P and Q can't be together. That I can eliminate D for that one. Okay. So, oh boy. This is going to be an interesting one. Yeah, this is going to be really interesting. I think I'm just going to have to write out the possibilities or test them. Okay, so team 1, if we have G, K, L, we could have so P and Q are left over. One of them is going to have to be out and the other one in. But N is also left over and it can't be with P. So P is definitely out in this scenario. P would have to be out. And N, Q, and H would be left. And Q would have to be here. But if H is in the second team, then Q has to be in the middle of 1. So that's actually not going to work. So we have to eliminate A. So it's just more complicated eliminations here. You have to like go a little bit further. Trying again, G, K, P. That looks more promising because P is really restricted, right? So now we could have Q and N and ooh, L. So if L isn't on team 1, then L is out, which again would put H on team 2, but then Q is supposed to be on team 1 if H is on team 2. So that one also will not work. So B is also out. Trying again. L, K, Q, trying answer choice C. So L is on team 1, great. K is in the middle. Q is on team 1. P and N can't be together, so one of them is going to be out. Got a problem with that because we also don't have enough room for both G and H to be in, so one of them would also have to be out, but we can only put one player out. So we have to eliminate C, which makes E the correct answer. We can double check that by creating an acceptable solution for it. So Q, L, N. We have to have either G or H out because they otherwise, we would have to put one of them in a non-front position and that's not allowed. So one of them is going to take up this front position and the other one will be out. And then K would have to be in the middle here and the final player would be P. And it's okay for P to be with K. And it's fine for it to be with either H or G. It just can't be with N or Q. So E does work and that's the correct answer. I'm not sure that there's a faster way to do that. I think it would just be sort of luck if you start at E and see that that one works. Don't see anywhere where it's like obvious that that's an acceptable answer from our diagrams that we've created already. because we really don't have anything that quite resembles that, apart from maybe this one here, because all we would be doing is like flipping the positions of Q and L. So maybe if you kind of notice that like Q, L, and N are all in answer choice E and they're all on team one of an acceptable position, you could see that you could just flip those. So that might be one way that, yeah, if you're really going back to your bank of acceptable solutions diligently, that you might notice that and get this one a bit faster. But it's also important to get fast at creating these scenarios and noticing when you're breaking rules. Right. If G is assigned to team one, which one of the following is a pair of jugglers who could also be assigned to team one? All right, let's try drawing that out. So, question 23. If G is assigned to team one, well, it's going to be in the front position. So put it there. We can't have H also assigned to team one because it needs to be in a front position. So A is out. Could we have both K and L? We do have an example of H, K, and L. The problem that we run into there, though, is going to be if we end up putting H in 2, then Q is supposed to be in 1. And speaking of that, what if we were to skip all the way down to E, answer choice E, and test that out because it puts Q on team 1. So we could trigger rule 6, put Q here, and then L here. And then we have to have either N or P out because we can't have them together. And K has to be in and take a middle position, and then N or P would pick up that rear position in team 2. So E would work out. So this is one where we kind of, notice the patterns that happen, and then we're able to test out E quickly rather than going through the process of testing B, C, and D and finding out that those ones don't work. So yeah, okay, keep moving. Question 24. If G is assigned to team 1 and K is assigned to team 2. Okay, so 24. I'm gonna pick a different color so that I can differentiate it. So question 24. We've got G assigned to team 1. Okay. And K assigned to team 2. Cool. So do we have examples of that? I mean, we have this example here. Yeah, let's see. Which one of the following must be assigned to the rear position on team 2? Ooh, with this one, K and N can't be together. But K and P can. So yeah, I think it's got to be P. Oh. Yeah, that's something I missed with that one before. Oh, sorry. Whoops, wrong one. So, that one. So yeah, it's gonna have to be P. So again, just kind of like using that other acceptable solution, able to see what has to be true. Okay. All right, that is it for that game. If you have follow-up questions, just let me know. Yeah, definitely conditional reasoning heavy. and quite a bit of stuff going on with that one. So yeah, this, unlike the previous game 3, is would not be considered a spatial reasoning game. Yeah, so just keep that in mind, that this one is more, it's more likely that you're going to encounter a game like this on the next test. All right. Have a good one. Bye.